guys, welcome back to the Salesforce Tech channel. I hope you all are doing great. So before starting this video, I'll share that what I have shown in my previous video regarding this lightning events. So I have shown you that how we can get the data from child component to the parent component. I have shown you a couple of ways, like we can use a Aura ID or we can use in lightning events in order to get the data from child component to the parent component. And we have created a sample example in previous video which was like this. So guys, if you have not seen my previous video, I am attaching the link of the previous video in this video description. So if you want to see, you can go ahead and see. What I suggest is you should go and watch the video first, so that you will get the idea how things are going and how things works in lightning events. Okay, so let's come back to the second part of the video. So what I have done in previous video, I have shown the detail of account and their respective contact. So in my previous video I have shown only one contact, but if I open this account, you can see there are three more contacts here. So suppose if I want to show all those contact list here, in that case, or how our lighting events work and how we can identify which contact has been modified and which contact has to be updated. Because in case of the list, the Aura ID which we have used earlier, so let me show you. So the Aura ID works with only single component, not with a multiple. So suppose if I want to show all those four contacts, so what we need to do is we need to we need to do a few changes in our parent component. The first thing first, the attribute which we have used is taking object type, but now we want to show a list, not a single object, so let's update it list. And second thing is we should also change the name so that it would says that like we have a contacts instead of a contact single object. So we have contacts. And the next thing is we need to add the uh, other remaining contacts here. So we need to create a array of contacts. So I have already generated the JSON of all those, so I'm just going to delete in and simply pasting all those contacts. So I have added one more thing here. I have added a contact ID, so it will be unique and that will be helpful for us to identify which record has been updated. So this is done, and now instead of this it would become a contacts. Let's copy it and save it. We also have updated the attribute name, so just copy the name and paste it here. Now the next thing is what we need to do is we need to go back to the component and just comment it out, because we don't need to show a single component, we need to show a dynamically list of the contacts. Items, an item would take v dot contacts. Let's create a where item and just copy this and pass the item. Let's save it. Oh, we don't need the Aura ID. Let's save it and go back to that. Open inspect element so that we can do a hard refresh. Yep, we got all those contacts which are associated to the account. Now let's check that how our existing code is working. If I update author, we are getting the updated author. If I update, I'm getting the updated name. So what we need to do is we need to just identify which contact has been updated, and we need to assign it back to the original list so that we can use that list in future. So let's do one thing, just delete this first and do one thing, let index equals to, okay, before getting the index, we need to do one thing, we need to get all those contact list. Let contacts equals to v dot contacts. So we have the contact lists. Now let fetch the index equals to contacts dot find index. Find index is a JavaScript function which return the index of matches based on the condition which we are giving it here. Not, it should be a contact dot id equals to updated contact dot id. So in this line what I did, I just checked that the contacts which we have and the contact which we get from the child component when it get updated, so we are matching the id of both, so it would return uh, the index of the contact which has in this contact list. And what we need to do is we need to simply just copy the contacts and put it in index and just assign the updated contact. So that contact list has the latest contact, so what we need to do is we need to set it back to the contact so that we can have the latest value in our contacts attribute. Let's save and do a hard reload. Click the console, let's try to type. Oops, I'm able to type, but whenever I'm typing a single character, the cursor is getting lost. So okay, I got it, why it is happening. So what we did in our code, we are setting back the contacts. So whenever this attribute is get set, the iteration which we have specified here is get rendered again. So whenever this is get rendered, our control is getting lost. So what we need to do is we need to take our more temporary attribute which hold all those updated value, and we can use that attribute to set the value. Okay, and while setting this we also should set the temporary contact here. Let's save it. Okay, things were fine. Now let's check it again. Let's clear the console. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to just simply print it out the contacts which we have just updated. So let's copy this code and just click on console.log contacts. Let's click save and go back to the browser. Right click, empty cache and hard reload, so that we can get the updated data. Okay, now let's simply update some values so that we can identify the updated values. Click on save. We get the console. We get array of 4 items. So you can see that the updated value are showing here. This is the simplest approach how we can get the data from child component and set it to the parent component attributes. We use this approach because in case of iteration we cannot use aura id, so that's why we are using this approach to get the updated contact and set it back to the contacts. If you don't want this logic to get the index of the contact, you can use for loop to find the contact which needs to be updated. But this is very easy and simple approach to get the index. Okay, so this is all from my side in this video regarding the lightning event. If you have any question, concern, you can post a comment so I can check, and we will meet again. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Enjoy, have fun, and please do like, share, and subscribe, guys. Thank you.